All right, welcome back to Learn and Talk English. It's time for our deep dive. We do these deep dives.
Yeah.
And this time it's on Elon Musk.
Awesome.
Hopefully you guys have all watched the video by now because we're not going to be talking about the story again.
Right.
We're going to be talking about vocabulary
Exactly.
and phrases and things that you can take away from that video that you can start using and that will help you sound more like a
native speaker, right?
a native speaker.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do it.
So, right off the bat, they say that Elon Musk is a visionary engineer and entrepreneur. What do they mean by that?
Well, I mean, it's a great way to sort of sum up, I guess, his personality, but also like his drive. A visionary means that someone can see into the future, right? They're not limited by, the present moment or how things are today. They can sort of see what's coming.
Right.
And then, engineer and entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's building things, right? He's not just a dreamer.
Right.
He's actually making things happen.
Yeah, he's like
He's a builder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, a startup company, like a tech company.
Right.
That he's, founding. He's trying to, build a future, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And so, they talk about how he was deeply curious, even as a kid. What do you think about that phrase? Deeply curious.
Well, sometimes people say, oh, I'm curious, or that's interesting.
Right.
But deeply curious really means that you're obsessed with finding things out.
Right.
And I think that really is one of the things that separates great innovators, from the rest of us.
Right.
They really want to know how things work.
And you could almost picture him like as a kid, like taking apart,
Absolutely.
like electronics or, a clock or something like that.
100%. Yeah.
Just to see how it works.
Yeah. And just like lost in thought.
Yeah.
Just thinking about things.
Yeah. So then he makes this big leap.
Yeah.
He moves to North America.
Big decision.
Yeah. And they call it a leap of faith. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I think anytime you leave your home country,
right,
especially to go pursue something that isn't guaranteed,
right,
there's an element of faith there.
It's a big risk.
It is.
Yeah.
Big risk.
And at the time, the internet was in its infancy.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that was the case,
I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, the internet was this brand new thing, and nobody knew what it was going to become.
And, it's funny because, like, we were just talking about deeply curious, and now we're talking about the internet, which is this thing that, people can be deeply curious about.
Absolutely.
So, and then they talk about how he co-founded these companies. Zip2 PayPal.
Yeah.
Why co-founded? Why is that important?
I think it's important because, even though Elon Musk is this like larger than life figure,
right,
he didn't do it all on his own right.
Right.
He realizes the importance of teamwork
Yeah.
and collaboration. And so that's why I think it's important to emphasize that he co-founded.
Right. And he actually, had skills that were good at, like starting businesses and stuff.
Absolutely.
And then, he starts SpaceX with this audacious goal of making life multiplanetary. That's pretty audacious.
Yeah, I mean, audacious is a great word to use here because more than just ambitious, right?
Right.
Ambitious is like, okay, I want to achieve something great.
Right.
Audacious is like, I want to do something that nobody thinks is possible.
Yeah, it's almost crazy.
It is, yeah.
But like in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
So, and then, he had these financial struggles with Tesla and SpaceX.
Yeah.
They were really struggling to keep him afloat. That's a great idiom.
Yeah. I mean, it really paints this picture of like,
just barely surviving.
Yeah, like just keeping your head above water.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he showed a lot of resilience.
Yeah, he did. I mean, this guy just does not give up.
Right.
He just keeps going. And I think that's such an important quality.
What do you think about some of the other words that they use to describe him, like perseverance, vision, unwavering belief?
I think these are all like really important qualities for anyone who wants to achieve great things. Perseverance is the ability to just keep going even when things are tough.
Right.
Vision is obviously being able to see what other people can't see.
Right.
And unwavering belief is just having that confidence that you're going to succeed no matter what.
And I think it all goes back to, like you were saying, like that deep curiosity that he had as a kid. Because if you're deeply curious, then you're going to be like, oh, I wonder if I could do this, and I wonder if I can do that.
Totally, yeah.
And then, you try it, and sometimes you fail.
Yeah.
But you learn, and then you get better.
And they also talk about how he's not afraid to push boundaries, whether it's with technology, space exploration, or even just how we think about the future.
Yeah, I think that's what makes him so fascinating.
Right.
He's not content with the status quo.
Right.
He always wants to push things further
Yeah.
and do things that people say are impossible.
And in the end, they call him an innovator, a dreamer, and a builder of tomorrow.
What a great way to sum it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he really is all of those things.
It's interesting. Like, I think a lot of times people say, oh, I'm a dreamer.
Right.
Or I'm an innovator. But, like, he's all of those things.
Yeah, he is.
So
now that we've kind of like talked about all these words and phrases and stuff,
yeah.
What can our listeners do?
Well, I think the most important thing is to just keep practicing, right? You've heard all these great words and phrases. Now you need to start using them.
Right.
So I would say go back and watch that Elon Musk video again.
And really listen for those words and phrases and then try to use them in your own conversations.
And try to use them, in your own life.
Exactly.
Think about like how you could apply them to your own situation. And that will help you remember them and will help you start to sound more natural.
Yeah, absolutely.
And more like a native speaker.
I think repetition is key.
Yeah.
The more you hear these words and phrases, the more you use them, the more natural they will become.
So keep practicing.
Keep practicing.
All right. Well, we have a link in the description for another episode.
Yes.
You guys can check out. It's all about innovation and entrepreneurship. And, it's a great way to kind of like continue this conversation.
Yeah, dive a little deeper.
Yeah, and just like learn more about this world.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thank you all.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And share this with your friends. And until next time, keep learning.
And keep talking.
English.
Bye.